Hi, everyone. This is Bijan Khajehpour. I'm an economist and also a strategy consultant working on the Iranian economy and energy sector. I have recently written a paper for the UI in Stockholm on the Iranian economy. It's called The Anatomy of the Iranian Economy, and I would like to give you a brief summary about the paper. As you can imagine, Iran has a very complex economic structure. In fact, there is a misperception about the Iranian economy. Uh, Many think that it's an oil economy, even though oil and gas exports are an important part of the Iranian economy. It is actually not an oil and gas economy. It's a service-based economy. In fact, 50 to 55% of the economy are service sectors, and those service sectors create a sense of diversity, but also resilience in the Iranian economy towards external pressure. Petroleum sector, agriculture, industry and manufacturing, and also construction are other key sectors in this economy. The other important fact about the Iranian economy is that it has a very diverse set of resources, not just natural resources, apart from oil and gas, also a number of minerals and other resources, but human resources. Iran has a very educated population, and this set of human resource capacities that exist in Iran are important contributions to the economy. On top of those two resources, Iran also has a very significant geostrategic position in the world. It borders 15 countries, some of them very important and rich countries. It borders two of the main oil and gas hubs in the world, the Persian Gulf and the Caspian Basin. And it also functions as a bridge between Asia, Europe, and Africa. So these are all important aspects that help the Iranian economy have the resources. But the question is, why does this resource-rich economy have so many difficulties? One factor is that it has a very complex structure where you have a combination of governmental, semi-governmental or semi-state, and private sector companies. It's a myth that 90% of the economy is controlled by the Revolutionary Guards. I would rather say it's probably between 10 to 20% of the economy, but the Revolutionary Guards and all the companies affiliated with the Revolutionary Guards are an important factor in the Iranian economy. But we have a sizable size of the government sector. You have other semi-state institutions and enterprises that play a big role. And you have also a sizable private sector, probably about 30 to 35% of the economic activity. Mm-hmm. But the fact is that the country has a lot of challenges for the private sector, including mismanagement, including politicization of economic decisions and trade decisions, and also including corruption and incompetence. All of these factors undermine the economic potential of the country. And on top of that, the country has faced external sanctions for a very long time. And right now, the most severe set of external sanctions one can imagine. So does that mean that this economy with all its resources will be subject to, let's say, a collapse at some point? In my paper, I argue that the economy has a lot of resilience, partly because of its diversity, but partly also because of the fact that it has developed a so-called economy of resistance to try to become less vulnerable to external pressure and to all the different challenges that it's facing. It doesn't mean that it's going to realize its enormous potential, but it means that it can survive and it can sustain itself And when we look at some of the processes, especially domestic capacity building in the country, then you can be optimistic about the future of this economy, even though a lot of challenges remain. The conclusion of my paper is that uh, it's important to understand the trends. A lot of problems will be there for a long period: unemployment, inflation, misplaced policies, and so on. But when we look at trends, the trend is a gradual empowerment of the domestic industry, a gradual integration, at least in regional economies, and a gradual growing resilience in the economy. How this will interplay with political, regional, and international factors remains to be seen. Thank you.